Now, the next part is always monitoring of your ad. Now, I see this, for example, this one ad is performing really good, and it says high performing ad. Some ad do perform well, some they don't, some remain on their general level. So I can look at the results mainly and find, for example, which one is doing best. I can also, for example, if I have multiple ads, so I click on ads, so it shows the number of ads that I have. Ad 1, ad 2, ad 3. And I can look at them. Which ad is giving. For example, I have two ads for this. HR ad 1 and ad 2, and I can compare it which one is better. For example, see this one. It just gave me this one. Exactly. The other one is and cost. Exactly. See this one? The cost is really high. And this is something that is bringing me most. So in that case, I'm going to just remove this. But even if I keep it, it's fine, because the main budget anyway is getting spent on the other ones. So most budget is getting spent here. I'm getting more results from here, less results from here. But this also shows, for example, next time I will not be using this image. So if you have to test, for example, which image brings more. So I started it yesterday and I can see this, that this one among both, which if I just keep the cursor here, so it shows me like this. This is not giving me anything much here. So I will definitely, and this one is something that gives me more better results. So I will not be using this one image this next time. So we keep on monitoring all of them. Similarly, if I have any other, I have these two ad copies, and I can see, for example, I have, this is the ad copy with barely this much, and this is giving me less results. So means this is not good for me. I should be going with this one if I'm testing. But still, I have not given separate budget, so it's fine. I have spent, so whichever brings more results, it spends more money on that. So cost per result is something that I use to test the, the kind of campaign. I have I can also test ads or campaigns. I normally stay here as my campaign, as I see that my ad costs are normal. So except one of the ads, which actually I know that it always doesn't perform good, which is fashion something, fashion design, and it's fashion design. Okay, so its cost is slightly higher than all of them. So I've got just 17 leads from here. I can also, for example, look at the other parts of them, budget, amount spent, impressions, and reach the ads are giving me. I see that this is slightly difficult for me to look at. So I use a better way to do this. For example, in campaigns, I have ads reporting option. Okay, you will only see it. You can observe it once there is data. So since you don't have the data, you won't see it. Close the thing. I click on ads reporting bar. And it looks like this after that. Hello? Yes. Good, good. जी जी हाँ हाँ हो सकता है बिल्कुल 2 मिनट हो जाए 6 to 8 weeks में हो जाएगा हाँ हो जाएगा ऑफ कोर्स ठीक है उस मैं आपको ना मैं अभी ये सेशन में हूँ मुझे फ्री होने से मैं एडमिन से पता करा था ओके थैंक यू no I'm sorry now in this case for example I can clearly see like each ad and its campaign and this is more visible for example but I can so for one thing that I see which is confusing because it's a lot of information so you can use from here for example I need only the ad campaign name key metrics the information that you need you see for example this one and I'll see what I want to see here is the campaign name and its amount that is being spent Impressions are at the moment not important. So I need to look at the results and cost per result. Delivery and frequency, I don't need this. And I need only this information. So this one, and it is giving me this result. That's the total amount that has been spent to get this results. Cost per result is this one. That's something more important for me to keep. And something called attribution setting that does not make much sense to me. So I will remove that as well. Yes, and cost per results. So that is some information that I can look at it and then see. And if it doesn't, if you want to
Find the so it's spent like in how many days?
per day.
Per
I mean,
day.
like, and it's not on how many days. It's basically this is from December 1st to December 20. Total data that I have received, total results, total amount that is spent. And this one, cost per result, is like you divide this over this, the money over this, and it gets us this. Okay. So I can also use this as the bars. Okay. To look at, for example, simply like this. So it has its own, you know, you don't need to go create in Excel.
Yeah.
This one, and I can see it. Okay. So least money was spent on this ad, but it rained less as well. So I also want to see, for example, what I am. This is the cost, and that is amount spent on each. And because it is showing only one at the moment, because I also need to look at the cost per result as well. So the more appropriate option is if I go choose the pivot table, for example, like this, and export it from here, the report between these two, whatever was about the active campaigns, export it. And I normally prefer CSV text or formatted table. Export, it takes me to Excel. It's here. That is the report generated by Meta directly on this. Okay. In this, we have something, the reporting start date and end date, that I can put directly here. So it's fine. I don't need this. For example, the column after this, I can add that. And that's what I needed. And this one also I would simply buy. And if along with this, I have to have that the graphs part, so I can do this campaign. This is why campaign name should be a small. Now you will see this. Okay, why? Because you see that it's huge and there would be some problem now. But I normally, for example, before I do this, I just change that. For example, it's not needed. No members, for example. Anyway, the date is clear there. Fashion design. Okay, campaigns, whether that is leads or something else. That you're making. Because the name should be small enough. I'm going to use this as my insert. Recommended graphs, a graph which makes sense for me. And okay, whatever makes sense, but no, because the values differ. I'll use this first. I'm going to use it as my first item. That is results. Fine. And then I'm going to use this. Press Control, amount spent. Insert recommended graph. We'll choose the same. And then the last one, press Control and cast for the insert recommended, the same graph time. Upload right next to that. Okay. Normally, for example, I can also create the dashboard slightly differently. For example, here I have major figures. Until I can see the names appropriately down. This way. Fine. Because reporting should look engaging and nice. Well done. Fine. I don't need these numbers. I don't need these numbers. So I will just do this. Some proper this. Fine. And I also have this as the results. That is cost per result. That is amount spent. And that is the actual results that I will keep right here. That's your a proper dashboard. And always choose, double click on this. We have something in Excel. A bit of Excel skills are needed for every profession. I go to in gradient fill and choose something, for example, nice one here. Different colors. I'll need this. But numbers we need, of course. So click on the bars, gradient fill, use a different color. And once you're there, use this one and show data labels. Data labels would be the numbers. Do that. Data labels. Hold that. Do the same. Data labels. And on this as well, data labels, send them on. Perfectly fine. And just remove these grid lines. Yeah, that's your complete reporting area. Looks like this. Fine. And after this, there is one more report that you normally do. This is on the campaign's performance. And the other one is payment report, spending report. This is amount spent, results, and cost. Now there is one more report that you generate for VAT submission. Because you pay on businesses, then you have to go claim that VAT. Okay. So whatever you have, so we actually use the receipts for that. Now this came from here. Remember this in campaign ads reporting. That was the reporting part. Ad reporting. The other is billing and payment. Go in billing and payment. And what kind of billing and payment you need? For example, I was asked to produce billing and payment of bills for VAT September to November. Okay. September to November. Okay. When I'm here, so it looks like this. So I have to go to payment activity. And that is the payment so far that we have done to Facebook. So what I'll do, it says like from September to October, November, I guess. Okay, I have to go to September to, what was that, November? September to November. And then I have to choose November 30, this one, and update it. Looks like this, September to November. So you can do it generated monthly, September, October, November, or on and off. Download from here and download in PDF, CSV, or whatever you want. I prefer PDF here. I got it. And it looks like this. All amount paid so far. And it shows that this is what you can claim as your VAT. 5% of total spent was spent total, and then this is your VAT claim that you get 5%. How much was the total spent? It was 36,000 something.
Oh, it's 1700 still we can reclaim.
Yeah, exactly. So out of that, we can claim 5% of total, which makes it this much. So far paid all. And we use this, for example. And September to November. And in front of you, I'm sending. Okay. So once again, just remember this one thing. In Manager, we have, this is what we mainly use. Okay, we've done the campaigns we've been doing, and we did that the once you are in your actual ad account, go to campaigns, and after that it shows. Because the ad account will differ, directly doesn't show. Once you're in the right ad account, then it will show. I'm in the right ad account. Now when I come back at this point, at this, now it shows to this. We did the ad reporting. Normally that was on the performance, ad performance. And we can choose the matrix, anything that we want, and any other breakdown. From here, we can use bars to show it like this. All of that. Or we can use trend, which is slightly difficult to understand. Until you keep on moving your cursor, then you understand it. Otherwise, it is difficult. Or pivot is most easy and simple to understand, and then you can choose specific date and time for that. Export it in CSV or format it. Then you add your graphs there. And the second one was from billing and payments, payment activities. So total payments so far that we have done. We click and then we choose specific dates, start date and end date, update it, and then we simply download it from here. Okay. That's it. Any question? Marina?
Payments company use their own cards.
The company uses its own card.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was an interrupting or something. So we finished here and for the lead campaign.
Yeah. Well, when did you joined again? I think. What time did you got broken from the connection?
Sorry. Yeah, no, just 3 minutes and I.
3 minutes? Okay, fine. Okay. We're ending it here. So basically, it was
Okay.
two kinds of reportings that we did. One was ad reporting
Mm-mm.
performance, and the second one was on the payments activities.
Okay.
All right. I have already recorded it. You can see it later in your video recording.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. I'll see you tomorrow here.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
Charlie.
bye. Yeah,
Okay.
take care. Bye.
Bye.